Hi, welcome to the first episode of the Nerdy Hour with TNT. I'm TT.
And I'm Talon.
I lost my name after he was born.
Yep.
Aunt and nephew, believe it or not.
Yep. So this is gonna be a channel where we just talk about anything ranging from video games to anime to movies and just whatever we can think of. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and get ready for the Nerdy Hour.
Always fun.
Yeah, I've decided.
I don't know. He's decided to surprise me with this. So
First off, like a bit of a hot topic among the internet recently is the talks about Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. That has been delayed again. I think it was originally delayed 3 months ago, and then it was delayed again. It's been delayed a bunch of times.
Yeah.
What are you trying to hope for with that game? Like, what are you hoping to see with that?
Right now, I'm just hoping for a Kingdom Hearts game. It's been a long, dry spell without a new Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah, that's true. I really want one, and I just hope that they, I want them to take their time on it, but I also want a game.
Yeah, it's been a long, because usually they have a game out by now. The
Yeah.
last one is Memory of
Melody of Memory.
That's it. But that's more of a rhythm game than a game. I know some people consider it a game, some don't, but it's like a real story-heavy Kingdom Hearts entry.
Yeah, because I mean, Melody of Memory still had story. It just was at the very, very end of the game.
Yeah.
And a little bit, which you do need, I guess. So
you need to know the end of it, but it's not much story than that. It's kind of like recoded in that way.
Yeah. Exactly, but yeah, like I know we've watched the trailer for Missing Link. Is there like, are you excited? Are you excited for it? Just like if you like, let's say you weren't a Kingdom Hearts fan and you were looking at it, like, would you be excited to try to play it?
Probably.
Okay. How about as a Kingdom Hearts
fan?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
I played at least tried every single Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah, and I wonder how they're gonna do it because it is mobile. At least from what I've heard, it is going to be a mobile game.
The last mobile game they did ended up being the most important game, so...
Yep, exactly.
I never finished that. I played part of it, and then I just lost track, and then they're like, it's gone, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I never played the mobile games, but I will definitely have to play this one. But I'm hoping it's not really big, though, because it might be, just by first look, like the graphics and stuff.
Yeah, I keep hoping that, the one that... What was the mobile game's name? I forgot it.
Union Cross?
Yeah, I keep hoping they release that as like a Switch game or something like they did with Recoded.
Gotcha.
Because Recoded was it was called Coded in Japan, and that was a phone game there.
Gotcha.
So I keep hoping that they might port it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So people can finish it, because it seems so important to the story that I keep hoping they will do that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because again, I've never played any of the mobile games, but like. I know what happens during them because I've done research and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you think about if someone didn't have access to the internet, they would never know.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of not having internet, I had to do that for Chain of Memories before 2 came out, because I didn't have a Game Boy Advance.
Gotcha.
And the internet wasn't what it was now.
Yeah.
So no one knew the story, and a lot of people online were panicking. I don't know who it was, but one person managed to make a movie out of all the cutscenes.
Gotcha.
Of Chain of Memories right before it came out. I watched it the night before. So
that's honestly pretty impressive for that that time period to be able to do that.
That was, and whoever that person was, thank you so much, because you saved a lot of us for being confused.
Yeah. We were just talking about Missing Link, but I guess the next logical step is talking about Kingdom Hearts 4 and what you expected from that and what you're hoping for that and like expectations you have.
Well, my expectations are kind of different, because he said he wants to make up for his game Final Fantasy Versus 13 being canceled.
Yeah.
And so you've already, all the characters from that original Final Fantasy Versus 13 game look a lot like the characters they had in that Toy Story video game world.
Yeah.
And some of the scenes where you see with the, I can't know his name. What's his name? Not Sora. He keeps...
Yozora?
That's it. The word for night.
Yeah.
Night sky. He looks a lot like the character from that, so...
Yeah.
I'm hoping that storylines that got cut in that game, might end up in there.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I've been seeing a lot of stuff online, I know a lot of people are hoping for Star Wars World.
Oh, for the worlds too, yeah.
For Worlds wise, Star Wars to be in there, which if you look at the trailer, you can definitely see some hints towards it.
Yeah, no. Speaking of Star Wars, which Star Wars what section of the games? The prequel, the original, or the sequel trilogy?
I think it would depend on what audience they were going for, because I mean, if they were going for like more adult players, then they might do either the originals or prequels. But if they're aiming it more for like kids, which I could see it's a Disney product, then I could see them doing the new series or like the
sequel series.
Sequel series, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing though. So many people play Kingdom Hearts. I mean, he learned to read playing Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I did. I
would have him sit there and help me level up in some world, and he'd say, read the words to me, and he learned to read playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, so I mean, people grew up playing Kingdom Hearts, so that's going to be a hard one on what one they want to do.
Yeah, exactly, because...
maybe they'll connect it to Galaxy's Edge.
Maybe.
Because I believe Galaxy's Edge takes place between A Force Awakens and that one, or is that after Force Awakens?
I don't remember.
It's after Force Awakens and between the first new one and the second new one, or the second one and the third one. I don't remember, but it takes place in the sequel trilogy.
Gotcha. I'm really excited for it, but now I'm going to ask you the big important question. When do you think it will finally be released?
I would say 8 years at the earliest.
8 years? I could definitely see it.
It's Nomura.
How about this? When do you think the next news will come out about it?
I would think by the next Tokyo Game Show for sure. So October.
Yeah.
We might get a little something if E3 is still a thing. I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure the only thing that we've gotten after the initial trailer was, I'm pretty sure it was for Final Fantasy's birthday or for something along the, or Final Fantasy's anniversary, something like that, where they released an image of like Sora, like a game image of like Sora like in Tokyo Square or something like that.
Yeah.
With all those lights, stuff like that.
Shibuya Crossing.
That's what it was, yeah. And yeah, that's like the only thing we've gotten. So
yeah, but I mean, I know Nomura because I don't know how. Depending on your age, you're gonna remember the time that he was working on Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy Versus 13, and the movie Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children.
Yeah.
All of those were delayed multiple times.
Yeah.
So
he's a perfectionist. He really is.
Our perfectionist, and he just mind jumps everywhere.
Yeah.
But so.
But yeah. Since we're talking about video games, are there any specific games this year that you are looking forward to?
This year?
Yeah. Like any games that have been announced or that have already had a trailer?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be announced yet, but they recently ported Tales of Graces F to the Switch and the PlayStation 5 and that.
Okay.
And I really like the Tales of Exillia games.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm hoping that will come out, that they'll be the next port as a double pack.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I mean, I've told you I played Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and their second part comes out April 15th, so I'm excited for that. I mean, there's another one that I am struggling to think of, but yeah, there's a number of different games that I want to play this year. Like, I mean, it's just been a good few years for video games.
It has been, and I think Dark Anthology is also going to start season 2 this year, I think.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah.
I like the Dark Anthology. I like the curator.
Yeah. I've played. I've only played one Dark Anthology game. I've also played Until Dawn, and those games are fun. Mm-hmm. The remake shouldn't have been a remake, but we don't talk about that. The game's fun.
Don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I think I played the whole Dark Anthology and the Quarry.
Okay.
So.
But yeah. Oh, by the way, touching back on something else that we had said earlier. Did you know the Magic the Gathering has a new Final Fantasy set?
No.
Yeah, I gotta show you. It looks honestly like kind of cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I might just get it for the pictures.
Yeah. So yeah, they've released a new released a new Final Fantasy set, which I think is just pretty cool that they did that.
I remember when Magic the Gathering came out. That was like the first card game like that took over.
Yeah.
It was pre-Pokemon.
When did it come out?
I think pre-Pokemon. I was in high school.
Well, I mean, Pokemon didn't become popular because of the cards.
No, but I'm saying because they predated Pokemon. But it was like the first major card game, and then Pokemon came out, and then the cards followed Pokemon. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh came out in '96.
Yeah, but Magic the Gathering came out before those before the Tokyo, like not Tokyo, the Japanese card games came out, and it was a very big deal.
It was released in August 1993. So
yeah.
a few years.
Yeah, maybe I started in middle school then, but yeah, that was a big deal when it first came out.
Yeah, I've wanted to play Magic the Gathering, but like I've just like I've never had anyone to teach me, and it looks confusing.
It's complicated, but when I tried to play it when it first came out, you couldn't look anything up online. All you could do was read the instructions and hope someone else could teach you.
Yeah, that's honestly fair. And did you know there's a new Square Enix anime film prequel? It's to their game Starwing Paradox. Have you ever played that?
No, that one I haven't played.
Yeah, so apparently there's going to be a new anime film directed by Square Enix.
Okay.
And it's going to be a prequel to their game Starwing Paradox. I've heard a little bit about it over the years, but I've never, played it.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it before?
I don't think so, that one.
Yeah, it looks like... I've looked at pictures of the game, like Starwing Paradox, and it looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about, but it looks good.
Yeah. Square Enix games aren't always good plays, but they always look really nice.
Yeah, that's very true. They are one of the best graphically beautiful games.
Yeah. So even if the game itself is awful, it still looks nice. So.
Yeah. And speaking of other games, did you know Monster Hunter Wilds? Have you ever played any Monster Hunter games?
No, but I know what it is.
Yeah. It sold 8 million worldwide in the first 3 days.
Good for it.
Yeah, it definitely taken the world by storm almost. And there's a lot of great reviews for it. I wanted to play it, but I've not played it. Wait, that's a lie. I played one Monster Hunter game. Actually, no, 2. I lied again. 2 Monster Hunter games. Because I played one on my 3DS back in the day. And then I played the other one. I got it for my Switch. When I first got my Switch, I got that one.
I think we got a photo bomb from Callie back there.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks really nice. It looks really fun, and great reviews all around. So, yeah. Have you ever wanted to play one?
Yeah, I have, but I never knew which one to buy first, so I kind of...
Yeah.
It's like, where do I start?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if they are story-wise, if it's like a Kingdom Hearts situation where you have to know what's happening.
Or if it's like a Final Fantasy thing where you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah. I'll definitely... Well, I mean, I have the one for the Switch. You could just try that one.
Okay. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Because I haven't been playing it recently.
Maybe I'll keep it for 8 years.
Hey, that was one time.
You kept my Vita for 8 years.
Yeah, that was one time.
Because you lost it.
Yeah, I lost it, but then I found it, so...
8 years later.
Does it still work?
Yeah, believe it or not, it does. I'm surprised.
Exactly, so... But yeah, there's a new Demon Slayer game coming out. Well, they already had one. It's actually this one.
Okay.
Luckily enough, I actually have it sitting here. But yeah, it's Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles.
Okay.
That's the first one in the series. Or not the first one, just the first game in general that they made. And there's gonna be Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2 coming out sometime this year.
I've never really... I watched the anime a little bit, but just lost track of it.
Yeah, it's I will say the anime for Demon Slayer, it's very it's not the story is good, but it's not overwhelmingly good. It's mainly carried by its absolutely fantastic animation.
Yeah.
Because animation is one of the best in the entire anime industry.
Yeah, that I will admit, because I heard so much about the animation. It's one reason I wanted to try it, but the story just didn't overly grip me. Yeah, it didn't turn me off though either. So. Yeah,
exactly. It's one of those stories where it's not terrible, but it's also not amazing. Yeah. It's just kind of middle of the pack as you can get. But yeah, this first game, you pretty much go through, I forgot which arc it is, but you go through one of the arcs in the story mode, and it's kind of like a fighting game.
Okay.
Kind of like Mortal Kombat-esque, like that type of fighting game. And Story mode's kind of actually cool. I played it once because Uncle Brian bought it near when it first got released, and I played it for a bit. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for the Him Chronicles 2 because then now you'll be playing through the next arc after that.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be very, very interesting.
Cool.
I do think that you would probably like this game. It is pretty fun.
Okay.
And the combat smooth and the animation is beautiful because it's Demon Slayer.
Yep, they do have good animation.
Yeah, their animation is like literally one of the best. So, and their theme songs too are like the most consistently good like openings.
Yeah.
Like because I mean most anime will have like one bad one or like a few bad ones, but like Demon Slayer is like banger after banger after banger, you know?
Yeah.
Also, a little bit of news that I saw and I thought was hilarious. So someone found a Cheeto-shaped Charizard.
What?
It was a Cheeto. They found a Cheeto in their Cheeto bag that was shaped like a Charizard, and they sold it for $72,000. They sold it, and there was like 61 bids for it too.
Oh.
And it came with.
Why can't I find a Cheeto-shaped Charizard?
It came with its own card that its own Cheeto Charizard card too that the person made for it, like Pokemon card. It was just like it was so funny.
Wow, what people will buy.
I know, right? Like $72,000. Like,
dang,
you could buy a Mustang with that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's absolutely crazy. That someone would spend that much money on a Cheeto that's probably gonna get moldy in about like a couple weeks.
I don't think Cheetos mold. I think they just go soggy and stale. It's like one of those weird foods that would survive the apocalypse.
Same thing.
Like a Twinkie.
Yeah. By the way, another piece of news. Have you seen the Shrek 5 teaser trailer?
I'm avoiding it.
I watched it.
I heard people going, "Oh my God, what did they do to Shrek?" So I'm like, okay. And I saw images, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that.
It's not that long. It's only about a minute. But
people are just flipping their.
Yeah, I watched it, and okay. So there's a few ways to look at this. Okay, number one, you could see the different animation style, or like there was a different way they animated him as him aging because his daughter is like 16 now.
Right.
So you can look at it that way.
Yep, that one I'm okay with because I'm like, okay.
Because he does look a little bit older. The second thing is like I mean, the animation style is very off. It's not normal Shrek like how it was back then. But if you think, but also, animation has evolved.
It has.
Shrek when it came out in what 2005 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like animation wasn't as good as it is now.
No.
So that's why it may look different, but in reality, it's just higher quality.
Right, but I also heard it's a little off because what was it? Who makes the Sonic movies?
Like what director?
No, what company?
I
forgot.
Paramount,
whatever company it is. They're like, yeah, you might want to listen to the fans on this one. We learned the hard way. So just sort of, you can keep him looking, I'll just go back to the older designs. So he looks like Shrek.
Yeah. And people are already knowing what the plot is just based on that little teaser trailer. Because it's going to be the stereotypical about his teenage daughters wanting to leave the swamp, but then he's overprotective, and then, finally he relents, and then she goes on her own, yada yada, like that kind of thing. People can already tell that just because of... that's what it looks like it's going towards.
Right, but people hope again that Shrek subverts expectations, because they always flip it kind of on its head. Yeah,
especially the Sonic movies. Like, when the first one, like I said, when the first one was revealed... or like reveal that was going to happen, like I mean, people were horrified at the teeth.
Yeah.
And so like, but then once they fixed it, it became like an amazing trilogy. So
right, yeah, they fixed his eyes and fixed his teeth and made him look like Sonic.
Yeah.
They need to make Shrek and them, even though they can have better quality, they still need to look like their other characters.
Yeah.
It's called the Uncanny Valley. It freaks people out.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into account. That's why that Cats movie didn't do good. Because that's a nightmare.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that movie is just straight horror.
I haven't even seen it, and they didn't finish it either. Because apparently at the end, during the last song, the one that plays like the old cat lady, Judi Dench, she still has a human hand with a ring.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they fixed it because they even had to patch it. They had to patch that movie while it was in theaters.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yep, and apparently there's a butthole version where you can see all the cat's butts.
That's terrible, and I don't like that.
So no one knows if it's true, if it's just a rumor, but apparently it was, and they had to go through and digitally remove them all.
Oh my gosh.
So
Great. Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
I don't plan on it.
By the way, there's there's a new Assassin's Creed game coming out this year. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Well, I want to kind of play that.
Because it is based in Japan.
Right, that looks awesome.
People have wanted a Assassin's Creed game in Japan for a long time. But they finally get it. It looks a little bit different than other Assassin's Creed games will be, as far as like combat and other stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to it. Like I would definitely try it.
Oh yeah.
It would kind of, it won't like the two. Well, from what I said earlier, there are two games I'm most looking forward to. So Assassin's Creed Shadows is up there, but also Ghost of Yotei. The Ghost of Yotei, because that is the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
And is Ghost of Yotei coming out this year? It might be. I'm not entirely sure if it's coming out this year or not.
I didn't even check what games are coming out this year. So.
Yeah. There's definitely some good ones. Like Split Fiction is coming out this year too.
Okay.
Remember that the co-op made by the same players who made It Takes Two.
Okay.
So, but.
Oh, I have some good news. Hopefully it's true. Talking about games coming out, because the company that made like Indigo Prophecies and Detroit Become Human and all that, we've been waiting years for their next game, and they're making this huge Star Wars game. They say 8 years away yet. Okay. And then there was all these cuts and everything, but they said no, their game is still a go.
Okay.
So, I hope that's true.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see, because I love Detroit Become Human. That was really fun.
Yeah, that's a good game.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier. But what like are your, because people have mixed reviews online about Dragon Age Veilguard. What are your final thoughts on like the game? Like if it's good, if it's absolute trash?
I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't enjoy it so much the first time because I've been waiting 10 years for this game.
Yeah.
So everyone has different expectations in their head. The game they've built up.
Yeah.
Is it a perfect game? Not even close. Has any Dragon Age game been perfect? Not even close.
Yeah.
Because I forgot how buggy Origins is. Because I play it on my laptop now, and you can download a patch that takes care of every bug in that game, and it's huge.
Oh, really?
I mean, all the games have been buggy. All the games have issues. We're looking at them with rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So one was buggy. There were some quests in Awakening that would break the game if you did them in the wrong order. 2 was rushed out, and it was the same sets all over again with same dungeons repeated constantly. A rushed ending and only a handful of monsters you fought, mostly spiders and people.
Yeah.
Nothing fun. And so Inquisition was great, but then you remember the shards. Looking for the shards, looking for animals, looking for shrubs to help to give people. A lot of fetch quests, so.
Yeah.
Again, this game is far from perfect, but it's still a fun Dragon Age game.
Yeah, because I've never played any of the other Dragon Age games, but I started playing it recently. And like for someone who's never played any Dragon Age before, like I'm not understanding the story 100%, obviously, because you need knowledge from the other games to fully put 2 and 2 together. But number 2, like just as far as gameplay goes, like the combat mechanics, even like just storytelling, like the dialogue, all that, I think it's great. It's not like the best game out there. Like it's not like a 10 out of 10, but like it's definitely a great game.
Right. No, and it could have been a lot worse. We could have got another Dragon Age 2. Again, people take off the rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
Because the other ones weren't. Once you really think about it, they weren't great either. They're great games, but they had a lot of issues too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, every single game has its issues. Even like, do you remember Cyberpunk when that game first came out?
Yeah, that game was like broken.
Yeah, it was like would not work. Thankfully, they fixed it, and it's out now. Like in the DLC, is like one of like the most like well-reviewed games or whatever. But like initial release, like it was like one of the biggest failed like launch dates of all time. It was just insane.
Just one more thing. I don't want to spoil it, and I'm not going to, but for longtime Dragon Age fans, if you're on the fence, at the end of the game, something happens that you have been waiting to see for all the games. It is awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to spoil what it is, so. You just got to get to the final battle there,
Yeah.
and it's just awesome.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. Yeah, because I mean, as Kingdom Hearts fans, or as a Kingdom Hearts fan, I am accustomed to waiting a long time because how long we waited for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
But even Dragon Age like has waited a long time for this game too. Was it 10, 12 years?
10 years, yeah, about that.
10 years.
Yeah, because Dragon Age 2 was rushed in its show. So it would have been a really good game if EA wouldn't have rushed them. But...
Gotcha. But yeah, then next we have a couple of Pokemon games that were revealed. So one of them was Pokemon Legends ZA, and the other one was Pokemon Champions. Have you heard anything about these?
I know about ZA.
Okay.
See, I'm a
casual
Pokemon player, and I like the cute Pokemon.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah.
He actually plays Pokemon.
Yeah.
I play for the cute ones and just use them in my party. It does okay for just casual gameplay.
Yeah, depending. But yeah, so the Pokemon Legends ZA, it was revealed at Pokemon Day about a week or two ago. Or it wasn't revealed. We knew it, like it was already been revealed. This is like the first official trailer that we have. And my thoughts are very mixed on it because I let my expectations get too high. Because remember Legends Arceus? And how like you were pretty much fighting against like you yourself was in danger.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Legends ZA, it's gonna take a different approach where your life isn't really gonna be in danger.
Right.
You're pretty much gonna be in Kalos, in case you don't know which Pokemon games those are. Those Pokemon X and Y.
Okay.
On the 3DS back in the day. That's when they first moved to 3D. But yeah, so you're going to be kind of building the Luminous Tower, and it's not going to be set in the past.
Okay.
It's going to be set modern day. So X and Y came out 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So then if X and Y like happened in like 2012, 2013, then ZA would happen in 2025.
Okay.
So with the new combat system, I'm really excited for. Did you hear about the new combat system? So pretty much like you run around pretty much when you and your partner when you and your partner Pokemon and the opponent are in a battle, you pretty much direct your Pokemon on what to do. So you run around with your Pokemon and it follows you, and you can try to get them to dodge, and you can time attacks and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. So it's more like live?
Yeah. And
real time, that's it.
Yeah, real time. And which is going to be very, very interesting. And Mega Evolution is back, which people thought were going to be dead after Gen 6, after X and Y. But obviously, since they're going back to it, Mega Evolution is back. We didn't get any new forms or regional forms or anything like that. But
I heard Chikorita is going to have a new one.
Yeah, that's very much speculated because we saw in the thing that it learns Disarming Voice, which is a fairy type move, and it is not a fairy type. So maybe people think that we're going to get a Grass Fairy Meganium. At some point when they reveal more forms.
And I know this is just rumor, but I heard they might release that Eevee evolution flying.
Yeah,
that's mostly a rumor, I'm sure.
Yeah, there are many rumors about this game, and we'll have to wait for more. Yeah, a lot of people are crapping on this game, or a lot of mixed reviews from fans, but that's because fans, including myself, let our expectations get really, really high. Because we're expecting another Legend Arceus, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I did hear though that if you pre-order through the Pokemon website, that you get if you get the deluxe or special, you get a free plush.
Oh, okay.
Of one of the starters, but you don't get to choose.
Oh, gotcha.
So.
Yeah.
But you have to order through them, and I don't know if it's deluxe edition or if it's just because you pre-ordered through them. I'm not sure how it works, but you will get what do they call it? A sitting plush.
Gotcha.
So. It's not a promotion. Just letting you know.
And the other game that was revealed was Pokemon Champions.
See, that one I didn't hear about.
So that one is going to take VGC. Do you know what VGC is?
No.
Video game championships. That's what people call professional Pokemon players.
Okay.
Like they say, I compete in VGC. That's what they usually say. But it's going to be huge for that scene because it's pretty much like a battle simulator almost in Pokemon. It's going to be on Switch and mobile. And pretty much what you're going to be doing is just, you can customize your Pokemon with, I'm pretty sure you can customize moves. You can have, a Gigantamax versus a Mega Pokemon. All these different things. And that'll be huge for VGC stuff. Because that just ups it to a whole new level. And I'm assuming that if they do it right, quote, if they do it right, it should definitely be like the game that they use to battle other people.
Okay.
Like I probably won't be using it much because I'm not part of that scene, but
yeah,
it's huge for the overall like Pokemon players and stuff. So
yeah.
and then the last thing I have is just so the Silent Hill 2 remake developer, I'm forgetting his name, but he is going with Konami again on a mystery game.
Oh.
We don't know what it is, but we do know that he's back with Konami and he's making a game. We don't know what it is or anything about
I
it.
hope it's that game they canceled.
Which game are you talking about?
It was a Silent Hill game. They had like a first-person game. I think it came when you first got the PS5, and it had the guy from what was it? The Walking Dead in it. I forgot who he played. He was in it.
Gotcha.
Because he was the twist at the end. Because then the camera pulled back to your first person, and it was him, and that game got canceled. And then that demo thing disappeared, and people were upset. So I'm hoping maybe that game will be back.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I honestly don't know like what it could be because the Silent Hill 2 remake director, his studio was like before the Silent Hill 2 remake, like Silent Hill 2 remake pretty much saved their jobs because before that I forgot what games specifically, but they had made really like either mediocre or bad games.
Okay.
And then they were given the tall task to make a good Silent Hill 2 remake, and then they actually knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get that, except I'm not good at survival horror. I want to be, but...
Gotcha.
No.
Yeah.
I tried playing Silent Hill 3 on the PlayStation 2. And,
yeah. Excuse me. But, yeah, I'm, like... I've wanted to play Silent Hill 2 remake as well, but I'm just not very
brave.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'll try it eventually. Yeah, cause I do want to play it. Especially I want to get the dog ending. The dog ending's so fun.
Because I heard about that one. Do you remember when you were little? You used to play the Ghost game on my 3DS.
Yes.
That was a fatal frame for the 3DS where you could take pictures around your house.
Oh, okay.
Augmented reality.
Gotcha.
So that's the only horror game I know that you've actually played and enjoyed.
Yeah.
Quote unquote played.
Well, Until Dawn I played.
Well, yeah. But still, Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to play Fatal Frame Crimson Butterfly and I stopped when the little radio said, the dolls. The dolls. It's like, yeah, no.
The scariest way to play horror games is definitely in VR.
Yeah, I'm not brave enough to do that. I'm barely brave enough to do it with the controller.
Yeah. I've never played a horror game in VR. I think I've played it once at like a friend's house, and never again.
No, I like horror games in theory, but when I get there, I just get too nervous.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's all I had for stuff to talk about. Those were all the news, the glitz, the glamour, stuff like that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and click. Well, I can't even speak. We will be uploading episodes twice a month. Going forward, expect them at some point during the weekends. We will be uploading two a month. So, with that said, it's TNT signing off. Peace.
Bye.